Hi, it's Tim with iCoat Products, and we've got a series for you on preventing amber layers in your projects by eliminating heat. If you mix your epoxy and you leave it in mass too long, it's going to get hot, and when we put it in the mold, it's going to be hotter than we want. We don't want a temperature spike of any more than 120 degrees, so by leaving it in mass too long where it gets hot is a bad idea. Too thick of a layer, it's almost the same thing. If we do too thick of a layer in the epoxy projects, then it's going to build heat in and of itself and create an exothermic reaction. Also, too thin of a layer can create an amber layer at times, because when we add heat to take the bubbles away, whether it's with a torch or a heat gun, it's too thin, doesn't have enough mass to absorb that heat. It's going to increase in temperature to a point that we don't want. It's going to get over 120. We definitely don't want that. We don't want to over torch or over heat gun excessively. They both burn very hot. They're going to add too much heat to that, and again, we're going to get a hotter temperature spike than we want. Covering. If we take this, and we know why we do it, to eliminate dust and insects and things like that, but if we cover with something solid, then we're going to be trapping the heat in there and not allowing it to escape as it's curing. So we recommend covering with some kind of a mesh. This is just a cheap window screen. It does a nice job of it. If your environment's too hot, say you're trying to pour in an unair conditioned room or in your garage and it's hot, that ambient heat is going to add to what the epoxy does. It's going to get too hot. We don't want that. Humidity is a huge concern. Humidity can actually increase the curing temperature of the epoxy and decrease the time of curing by up to 25%. We want to avoid humidity as best we can. Try to keep it around 40% or less, and don't mix too long. If you mix too long, you're adding humidity, but you're also taking time and you're having epoxy en masse. So if you mix too long, we want to try to limit it to a couple of minutes at the most. Just mix it till it's mixed, because epoxy en masse is going to create heat. If you pour too soon, say we just poured this, which we did about an hour ago or so. If we waited 4 or 5 hours, it might be set up and hard by then, but it still has heat trapped in the epoxy itself. It needs to cool down. If we add another layer at that time, we're going to be trapping heat from the previous layer in it, and we're going to be transmitting in the next layer, so that we're going to have a problem. It's going to get too hot. Adding extra B. These are designed, this is a C4100, but it's like all epoxies. The A is generally going to weigh more than the B. So this particular A weighs 14% more than the B. So if we measured equally by weight, we're going to be adding extra B. That can also add to a layer turning amber. Now, all this content's available for you. Please follow us at iCoat.epoxy. Look us up on our website, www.icoatproducts.com. We're on Facebook as iCoat Products. And my name's Tim Phelps, and I'm always here to assist you. Don't hesitate to reach out.